Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Everybody okay? You can hear me, right?
Yes, okay.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good morning. So today, I would like to continue for the chapter number 3, it's engineering in organizations. Okay, so this session is recorded. So basically, for those who cannot join, because actually officially today is supposed to be have no class because tomorrow they have Deepavali. But since we still not yet finished for chapter 3, so I just continue for the class online, but without any assessment for today. Okay, so later on, for those who not join, you can have these recorded sessions for referring for chapter number 3 lah. Okay, so sorry for that. So without further ado, I would like to continue for the chapter number 3. It's about engineer in organizations. Okay, so uh, basically, this is the outline for this chapter. We start with engineering firm, organization culture, the role of the engineer in decision making, loyalty to the company and profession. So they have four content to be covered later on. So point 3.1 is about engineering firm. Basically, when you join for the engineering sector as an employee, normally they have a hierarchy. Okay, so they have a hierarchy in for engineering company. Normally they have a hierarchy. So this is the positions. So they have, for example, admin. So they have management positions, and also for the executor. So this is a kind of hierarchy that's available. Normally, later on you will join as a employee, at the engineering company. This is a common lah. So basically, this is the proper systematic arrangement for the job profiling. Okay. The arrangement can be on basis of the job profile, duty, and power of decision making. Okay, so for example, you are on the under electrical and electronic engineering. So normally they have a certain department. They have a specific department. For example, for electronic department, electrical department. So you'll be assigned the task according to. They have also supervisor in order to monitor your work. So those supervisor normally from the senior positions. Maybe they have experience more than 10 years, 5 years, 10 years, and these things. Okay, so and they make a segregations. They have a division for electrical, and they have also division for mechanical, civil. But in reality, normally you are working together. It's sometimes you have to cover the work. Of course, for the discipline is supposed to be in charge for what you are into. For example, you are electrical engineering, so of course your task is related to electrical engineering. But normally inside, you will work together lah, in order to complete the task. Okay, so this is the engineering firm. They have many. This is just several of them. For example, machine tool, factory automations. This is related to the automation system. Project and consultancy, civil, electrical engineer, electrical, and many others. So this is consultancy. Is depend. Okay, so this can be civil engineering consultant, mechanical engineering consultant, electrical engineering consultant, aircraft component, auto part manufacturer. So for aircraft, is include many like Boeing and something like that. So even in Malaysia, for your information, we Malaysia is one of the hub for the aircraft productions, but we are not developed the airplane like a Boeing and those things, but for the component casing, electronic part and those things is they have a several company in Malaysia in charge lah. Okay, so auto part manufacturer, broad-based mechanical engineering, bulk handling, they have many lah. And this is cover from across many engineering specializations. So that is very broad, basically. Okay, so generally, we can categorize hierarchy of engineering company into three parts. The one is called as an administrative engineering company level. The other one managerial. The other one is operational. Okay, so basically for the admin, you can see they have several posts like engineering chairman, CEO, MIS. This is management, manager for the information system, director, engineering president, and so on so forth. They have many. Okay, so we will discuss in the later on. We have also managerial engineering company level. They have several here like network architect, instrument and control engineer, equipment engineer, hardware system management manager, information engineering manager, and so on and so forth. They have this is head even for the head of engineering department. Okay, so this is under managerial engineering company level. For the operation, basically, this is for example, analyst, programmer, database administrator, application engineer, engineering trainee, engineering intern. So this is under operational. So for those who are execute the engineering activity in the company, this is under operational engineering company level. Okay. Yeah, so this to show for this slide show about the explanations about administrative engineering company level. Basically, those for person that's main doer lah for the company. Entire decisions made by these positions, this company level. Admin, they call it as admin, under their supervision, and they act as a head of company lah, or respective department that they are in. CEO, chairman, president, CEO, CEE, chief executive engineer, Miss, management information system director, electrical engineer officer. So this is at the top level. They make decisions. They make decisions. And normally in industry they have annual meeting, and is include all level of the management, admin, top management, and also executive. And so that is normal in industry lah. Okay, so what kind of problem that engineers solve is depend on the discipline. Like civil engineering solve something related to the infra and large structure, like bridge, building, highways. Electrical engineering solve related to the power generation, electrical equipment, handling for the electric and electronic component, communication, power station. And so mechanical engineer solve problem related to engines and turbine, robot, biomedical, solve related to medical devices, surgical implant, and many others. So they have many of engineer positions, and they have many position dedicated. So that's why we call engineering position is a profession. So you must follow the formal academic. That means you have to join, for example, program in engineering program like BJ, BEV, and many others for the civil and mechanical. Normally, they have one body that's accredited. In Malaysia, they need at least 4 years program, engineering program, before they can pass for the accreditations. So this part is not decided by the university. Basically, this is engineering body that's in charge. In Malaysia, EAC, Engineering Accreditation Council, which is, for example, they have a graduate from US, for example, but their program just 3 years. So from the student point of view, 3 years is good for them lah, because they can graduate early. But from point of view, from EAC point of view, of course, they are not mature yet, because they have several what I call course. They have compulsory course, elective course, and that have to be taken by the student during the completion of the program. So this part is very compulsory. That's why they have an accreditation process in order to check all the program is suitable. So that is how the engineering program happen in university, especially in Malaysia. Okay, as I mentioned previously, yeah, so we are following for engineering program. We are following WA, yeah, Washington Accord system, and so that's mean for those other country like Pakistan, India, US, UK, and those things use the same standards, the same standard. So that means those who pass graduate from the same program, not the same program, the following the Washington Accord standard, so they can work at those use follow the Washington Accord lah. Okay, so like others countries. So if I'm not mistaken, right now they have more than 60, 70 countries, and most of them is developed country. Okay, so if you notice here, uh, this is engineering career by the numbers lah. Okay, so basically, they call as a seven type of engineering company to work for. So this is four branches, top three engineering jobs. Four branches engineering, chemical. This is the common one, chemical engineering, civil, electrical, electronic under electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, and top three engineering job. This is international. So but from Malaysia point of view, normally number one is civil, number two is electric and electronic engineering. So this is for worldwide lah. For worldwide, number one mechanical, number two civil engineering, number three environmental engineering. Okay, so this is depend on the countries, not uh, you can check lah. And every year maybe the what I call top three engineering job is not the same. Okay. This is to show the top 10 dreams employer for the engineering graduates. SpaceX, Tesla, Google, Boeing, NASA, Lockheed Martin, ExxonMobil, and many others. Okay, so basically, if I click this one, it's back to this one lah. Okay, so this is where we can try. You can go to the this site website and to check electrical engineering company in Malaysia. They have many. Okay, so like Sony Electronic, Petronas, and many others. So you can check lah, and you can see the demand. Basically, for those students who love to have what I call job after their graduation, they will check the demand. The demand for the course or program that they join. So that is the good one. Beside the program that they love. Okay, so the other one, engineering firm. This is for the managerial engineering company level. Okay, so you can see this one is a managerial engineering company level. They have who's managerial engineering level. This is those lower level. This profession take care of the lower level position. So normally they are in the middle. Okay, so they have to report to the admin, but they have to take care the lower level professions. So, they have many lower professional under is responsible. Right? So the professional at this level are required to have higher qualifications and normally in terms of the experience lah. Okay, so under the same field. So for example, those network architect, where system manager, senior database, senior engineering officer, project leader, instrument and control engineering, and so on so forth. Okay, so this is basically the middle positions in the company level. So you can see they have normally those who lead, which is okay. For managerial engineering company, as I mentioned, this is the middle, like a middle professional lah. So in charge for the lower level professional, but they have to report to the administrative level. Okay, so the other one is for number 3 is operational engineering company level. So this is entry level professional. After you, for example, after you graduate, you join as the operational engineering company level, and majority of times enter for engineering company as an intern or trainees. So normally when you just been assigned as a engineer in one company, normally they give you sometime maybe for visions 6 months, 1 year percobaan. So before you can confirm to hold the permanent positions. So normally they give you some time 3 months, 6 months, some company until 1 year before you can be as a permanent staff. Okay, so this is a example of the position like engineering analyst, programmer, database admins, IC engineering analyst, hardware engineer, engineering associate, and many others. So this is the various job available. Even for the engineering trainee or intern, this is under operational. Okay, so this is a example of the consultant company. This one is engineering and environmental consultant Sendirian Berhad. So this is located in Malaysia. Okay, so multidiscipline cover civil structure, geotechnical, foundation, mechanical, electrical, environment service, and so on and so forth. Okay, so you can see this is how they manage for the business division. They have ultimate parents, middle parents, and they have subdivisions for the marine construction, equipment engineer, power corporation, realty corporations, Gulf as international company. So this is varies the organizations, the hierarchy for the divisions, department. So this is depend on the what I call the organizations, how they manage for the human capital. Okay, this is for the small example for the small engineering firm. They have one manager, managing director. They have secretary, admin department, project service and sales, finance account manager, and they have a civil engineer, project engineer, civil engineer, proposal engineer, or design engineer. So normally for a small engineering firm is less than 100 staff lah. Okay, so this is considered as a small engineering firm. Okay, so this is others, direct manager. This they have a IT department, finance, supervision department. So it's depend on, this is the common one. This one is related to the subdivisions for business development, civil engineering, and so on so forth. Okay. Okay, so power engineering consultant, and so this is also another example. They have a BOD, board of member, board of, some they call as board of director, some they call as board of member, general director, deputy general director, and they have subdivisions, admin, planning, energy consultant center, survey, and many others. So in every company, basically they have their own organization charts. Okay, so I believe some of you from year three, for those who already have intern previously, so maybe you have an idea lah, the organization charts for the company that you do intern. But I believe maybe only several lah of you. Okay, so engineering firm related to this one is engineering and environment consultant, EEC here. So this one is they put the organization is they put the person in charge, the name director for the geotechnical engineer. This is director for transport and system. This is director for mechanical engineer. So by using this one, this is easy to assess lah, and so you know who is in charge for the certain job positions. Okay, this is how they manage for the international engineering firm. For example, in Malaysia, DRB Hicom, TMD, and so the big company like Sapura, and so they have several company that located out of Malaysia. Okay, so they are company international like Petronas and those thing. So they have a subdivision, for example, in other country, Bulgaria, Congo, Republic, Germany, Iraq, and those other company, I guess, country. So basically, their organization more what I call mapping to the specific countries rather than and for the specific country they have their own organization charts. Okay, so yeah, now in the organization culture, basically, employee should be familiar lah with the culture of the organization. Later on, when you've been as an engineer at a certain company, so the maybe for the first second week, you need to getting familiar with the culture of the organizations. So and you have to take advantage on the resources, organization resources, in order to enhance your integrity and independence. And so when you know who is you in charge, who is your supervisor, who's what I call staff under you, and so from that point you know your job function and and all this is uh, normally they have a KPI lah, key performance index that you need to fulfill. For example, you have to complete one project, and so uh, so what is your task in order to make sure the project is complete by the end of the year. So this is what the example that you need to do when you join as an employee. In the company. Okay, so engineer and management and manager have different perspective. And normally, both legitimate and is useful to distinguish between two decisions. Okay, so normal engineer and manager are working together hand in hand in order to complete for the any task lah. Okay, so sometimes organization disobedience is necessary. This there is disobedience by the contrary actions and disobedience by non-participant. So disobedience maksudnya tidak taatan. So basically related to the whistleblowing. So this is we discussed in simple way previously. When related to whistleblower, for example, something that's not correct, bribe happen in your organization, and normally you have a right in order to disobedience. You have to report to the top management lah. Okay, so unless for the top management also involved in that case, so you can report to the board lah. Okay, so different rule of the engineer and manager, and so this is certain what they call point to highlight. So the difference between the different bit role on engineer and manager. First, although engineer may not always maintain much identity with their wider professional, so engineer do often experience a conflict between loyalty to the employer and loyalty to their professions. Some this is normal for the engineer. Some they are in the border to justify their job as an engineer, and some they have to obey to the rule and regulation by the company. Most engineers want to be loyal employees who are concerned about the financial well-being of the firms and who carry out the instruction from the supervisor. So at the same time, engineers have to obligate to hold paramount of the health, safety, and welfare for the public. Okay, so this is one point. And so this is the first point is about complete. They have what I call conflict between the job as an engineer. So your right hand and your left hand. But right hand you have to hold paramount for the health and safety. The other one, the left hand, you have to obey to become a loyal employee, and to make sure the sustainability for the finance for your firms. And so this is you have to balance basically. As an engineer, normally by experience you will know. So try to handle those situations by wisely. So wisely. And so as long as it's not, you can overcome. The more important thing, you must have what I call the good belief lah, especially on the 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 right thing and good thing, the right thing and bad thing, that they have gray thing, they have gray in the in the middle, and so you must have, as an engineer, normally you must have what I call you must have justifications. You have to justify on what you are doing, and of course, is you may refer to the code of conduct later on. The code of conduct, which is we discussed previous week. Okay, second, many managers are not engineer, so they do not have a knowledge about the engineering expertise. So engineers sometimes complain that they have to oversimplify language and explaining technical matter. So this is one another. The second issue. The third issue is many engineers who are not manager aspire to become a management role in future. So there's many engineers who do not yet occupy the dual role as engineer, probably expect to do at the same time and in their career. So these three main point, so normally is like highlight, and this is normal happen in the when you join as an engineer lah later on. Okay, something conflict, and so you have to justify. You need to become wisely to decide. Do good thing and wrong. Of course, wrong thing don't proceed lah. Okay, but some it's in the middle. If but the guideline is you have to follow the code of conduct lah. Okay, so this is an example. For example, Robert Lance, Vice President at the Morton Theocal. So this is this is for the what I call engineering firms that involved in the Challenger project. Challenger projects. So Challenger been explored. The terbakar. They call it a Challenger disaster. If I'm not mistaken, it's 1986. 86. So all the astronauts died dead. Okay, so during the, I'm not mistaken, maybe seven or eight astronauts died. Okay, so this part is Robert Land is basically this is the vice president lah for the Morton Theocal. Morton Theocal get projects under the Challenger project. This is about O-ring problem. This is a very popular. You can search in the internet about the Challenger disaster. Okay, so before the disaster, Land was even directed by his supervisor to take the managerial rather than the engineering practice. So basically, they know about the problem, but since maybe they need to what I call follow the timeline, so I not proceed with the engineering preventive. They did the managerial decisions. This account of the difference between the perspective engineer and management suggests to the possibility of the frequent conflict. This prediction is confirmed by the well-known sociologists. Sociologists Robert Jekyll said that they do a study that implied that manager have a strong and probability of overriding concern for the well-being of the organization. So the feeling in order to what I call to make sure the well-being of the organization, because you are aware the management cap. Management cap, of course, you are in charge for the sustainability and the financial basically for the your firms. So well-being is major primary of the financial term lah. Okay, manager few if any loyalty that transcend their perceived obligation that they might consider to override or even counterbalance the obligation for the organization. So this part is uh, of course, when you are in the what I call management cap, of course you want to make sure that your organization is more priority rather than others. Okay, so being moralized, moral responsible. This is the important of the organization culture. Okay, so this is under highlight. So this is being morally responsible in the organization without getting hurt. Okay, so you are in the organization, of course, you want to become happy to work in the organization. So so this is the guideline lah. Okay, so the guideline. So in order to be morally respond in the organization without suffering the fate of the employee in the Jekyll study, they must first have some understanding about the organizations. The knowledge basically help engineer to understand how they and their manager tends to frame issue under the influence of the organizations. And the other one, how one can act in the organization effectively, safely, and moral responsibly. So you must have a knowledge about the organizations and what action should be taken when they have any issue. Right? Okay, so this one is uh, according to the Jekyll study lah. Okay, so you can refer lah. This is in order to the ultimate goal is to become morally responsible in organization without getting hurt. Okay, this is another story also. Dennis Giora was a manager at the Ford. He make a recommendation not to call the Pinto, even though the car has been involved in tragic death of the passenger. So okay, so he described the experience at Ford as this statement. My own schematized knowledge influenced me to perceive, recall issue in terms of prevailing decision environment and to unconsciously overlook key features of the Pinto case, mainly because they did not fit the existing script. Although the outcome of the case carry retrospectively obvious ethical overtone. So this is of course when one day, for example, you are under positions. So this is may happen to you as well. So you are in charge for the overall organization. So you need to balance. Is it ethical or organizations? Is it safety or organizations? Is it of course you will facing if you are post at the top positions, so you facing this issue and try to refer back to the code of conduct lah. Okay, so that is better. Okay, so they have three types organization culture. Okay, so one is engineer oriented companies. So the second one customer, and the third one is finance oriented. So for the engineer oriented company, basically is a general agreement that quality take priority. Okay, so accept safety. Okay, so we sometimes engineer have over design product and or rather lost money than dismiss reputations. So normally the good product by engineer. So uh, of course they put like this one, they rather lose money than dismiss reputation. So they put the what I call priority quality as the high priority lah. Okay, so normally this is from the engineer side lah. Okay, so engineer point of view, of course they are need they are decisions in order to produce something system prototype which is have a good quality. Yeah. Okay, so for if the company is customer oriented, so what is this? Decision making is similar to the engineer oriented, but they have four significant difference. One is managing of engineer as an advocate of the point of view from their own for their own. So like engineer is just like advisor to them. Whereas a manager must focus on the business factor lah, like timing and cost and this other. Number two, more emphasis in place on business consideration rather than engineering company. Okay, so number three is engineer-oriented company, safety outrank quality. So they put safety is outrank quality. Quality is number two. Safety is number one. Sometimes quality can be sacrificed to get the product out of the door. So sometimes quality might be number three, number four. So safety is number one. Then others. Okay, then communication between engineer and manager may be somewhat more difficult than the engineer oriented. So some manager are more concerned about engineer withhold information, even though consensus is high value. Okay, so this is the difference between engineer oriented and customer oriented. So the third one is finance oriented. So this one is more centralized on and this has an important consequence. For example, engineer may receive less information from making decisions. So for this one, of course, they put priority is on the cost. Managers are less inclined to try and reach consensus, and engineers are seen having this staff or advisory function. So they are looking engineer person as just a normal staff and advisory function only. So okay, so this is the three different type of organization such culture. Okay, so acting ethically without having to make difficult choice. So this is the topics. Acting in the ethical manner and with little harm to oneself is generally easier in engineering oriented. So this one, of course, because they put as engineer oriented, ethic is also take into account. So engineer and customer oriented company rather than finance. In the first two type of the firm, more respect is given to the value for the engineer. Okay, communication is better and they are more emphasized on the arriving decision by the consensus. So normally decision by the manager for the finance. For the engineering oriented, normally engineer itself is a manager. Okay, so I think having make a difficult choice, first engineer and other employees should encourage to report bad news. If you know any bad news, so you may report. Report not directly to the board. You have to report to your top management unless your top management also you are suspect is a suspect as well. So you can report to the board. And so the second one, company and their employee should adopt the position of critical loyalty rather than blind loyalty. So this part is, of course, as an employee, you must have quality in terms of what I call uh, critical royalty. So you do royal because of your company is what I call treat you professionally. Or treat you professionally. Okay, number three. When making criticize and suggestions, employee should focus on issue. So, for example, issue about what? Issue about why they didn't pay uh, for the salary, for example, right? That you just focus on the issue. Issue is salary. They didn't pay at the certain dates. So just criticize or do suggestion on the that issue, not about the personal. Like personal, like the CEO use money for others, and so no. So just focus on the issue. Okay, so written record should be keep on the suggestion, especially of the complaint. So written record, for example, you are do submit email or you do report, you must keep all these document maybe in one folder in order to later on, maybe when they have an audit, you have evidence that you are doing something. Okay, complaint should be keep as a confidential as possibility for the protection of both individual involved in the firm. So this is also important. All, for example, the document that's evidence documents, so is supposed to keep as confidential. Okay, so then number six, provision should be made for neutral participant from the outside the organization when dispute required. So this also you have to take into account. For example, if the issue is cannot be uh, handled by the internal, so you may invite the outside organization to suggest in order to overcome an issue internally. Okay, so number seven, explicit provision for the protection from retaliation should be made. For example, protection from retaliation. So, when you do report of any bribe, and so of course the report, the person who report need to have protections. Of course, this the employer have to what I call make sure those person that report is safe, so in protected mode. So otherwise is dangerous to the staff. Okay, number eight, the process for handling organization disobedience should proceed as quick as possible. And so if you have a case, you have a disobedience issue, you must handle quickly. So don't just let the issue is become spread to the other division, to other people. So this is make the issue become bigger and bigger. Okay, point number 3.3, the role of engineer in decision making. So this is, of course, as an engineer in the management, of course, they need to do decisions later on. Okay, so making decision making. How should we establish the boundary between decision that should be made by engineer and by manager? The primary function of the engineer within the organization is to use their technical knowledge and training to create structure, product, and those things. And the function for the manager is different. The function is direct the activity of the organizations. They are in charge for your salary, for the visions, directions. So what is profits and loss for the current year, and how to generate another income for next year, and those things and so forth. So yes, so this is the what I call the function responsible for the management. Yes, so they have two basically they call it as a proper engineering decision, PED. This is made by the engineer lah. The other one PMD, yeah. So this is should be made by the manager. So this PED engineer, so because it's either involved technical, because why? Because it's involved in technical or engineering expert, or fall within ethical standard. Okay, so this is uh, they have a clear cut lah. So this is function for PED. Okay, so this is for PMD is managed or decided by the manager. So it's involved factor relating like organization, cost, scheduling, marketing, and those things. Decision does not force engineer to make unacceptable compromise with their own technical or ethical standard. So, for example, you have a drawing because of the cost. You need to use the what I call unquality, no quality material. So of course, don't accept lah. Just so that is can harm for the community later on. Okay, loyalty to the company and profession. This is another issue. This is the last part for the content for today lah. Okay, loyalty. This is another issue lah. Proper engineering and management decision. So loyalty, employee decision is referred to employer who are dedicated to the growth of the company. So they have a powerful willing to make investment, even go for personal sacrifice in order to make sure the well-being of the company. Okay, so they have two-way process. If organization expect an employee to be loyal, then even the organization need to serve the employee with equal trustworthy means. This because the employee today differ from what during in the traditional methods periods. So you can see the employee right now, maybe after 1 year experience, 2 years experience, they jump to the other company. So this is not the same as the traditional period. And so this one is if they have a chance, of course, they jump. So today, things have changed. Everyone expect to receive immediate employee benefit from the company as a return for the gift of the royalty. So, of course, the what I call the scenario is not the same. Okay, so loyal employee can be truly loyal with their quality, and the follow mentions a few qualities by doing their job in the best manner. So you as employee, of course, do your job with good conditions. Okay, so electronic engineer, for example, you have to complete your task before the deadline. So this is doing your job as the best possible manner. Take pride in what you do. If you are proud of what you are doing, definitely, you deliver best output. And so uh, this is the first, maybe the second task have been assigned to you, and you are very happy to complete every task that been assigned to you. So if you are very happy and satisfied with your job, of course, this is the good result at the end of the day lah, because you are happy to do your job. Always keen to learn. So right now they have many technology appear. So of course you have to savvy to the technology. So you must what I call always updating your skills, your knowledge about the new thing happen. Okay, avoid taking unnecessary risks. So risk, of course, to do business, they have a risk, but not taking unnecessary risks. Okay, so for example, you are put too many what I call for the business. Normally not just focus on the one side. So, for example, if this site is totally fail, of course, how to cover? So this uh, don't make any risk lah, unnecessary risk. So normally the company they segregate, what I call they diversify their their function, their work. So later on, if any happen, they still can have another resources to cover if they lost to the other part. So the other one is never believe on anyone blindly. So of course, and you perform better, you get earn better. And so if someone has stayed to accompany you for long year of our profession, then do not have a blind faith on it. And so better never believe anyone lah, blindly. And so unless you what I call the task is complete lah. Okay, so the other one, how an organization can be loyal to the employee. So this is from employer perspective. Okay, so what employee can offer. Okay, don't be stifling and selfish. So this is number one. So you also can encourage your employee to explore new opportunity to let them grow. Keeping employee development and growth under control. So of course, maybe after 5 to 10 years, employee need to proceed with the new courses, new skill, because the methodology change. So give them opportunity to learn something new. So of course, at the end they can give back to the company as a return. Okay, so just like customer satisfaction, even foresting of the improvement employee satisfaction is equally important. If you have satisfied loyal employee, then they will give you all those customer satisfaction. So this is true, basically. Okay, important of the employee loyalty. One is loyal employee contribute great to boost productivity organization. Yes, and this is true. Okay, so because if the employee happy, of course they can contribute. They can what I call give the good productivity. Okay, customer satisfaction become their primary goal. So this one is employee who are loyal are not self-centered individual, and so they not just um, check for the benefit for himself, but also for the company. So so if they can work out very well, that's happy customer. It's a way to achieve success, to build new customer and retain the old one. Is a vital for the company, to have a loyal employee in its team. Number three is help developing progress image of the company. Of course, if the image is good, of course the what I call the customer also happy. Okay, so they help achieving company goal in short time span. Okay, so if the employee loyal, so it's help achieving company goal in the short time span. So why? Because if every time say employee not loyal, so you need to find a new employee. So new employee, that's mean new training. New training, that's mean you have to uh, uh, you have to give them to several times in order to make they are familiar with what their work. So if you can remain or you maintain the same employee, so of course they can what I call speed up, can boost achieving your company goal in short time. Okay, loyal employee can be included in the company growth plan. So maybe you can plan for this employee to 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 become the new post and promoting, promote them to the good for the new hiring to the other position. So from that point, the what I call the career path for the employees become better and better lah. Okay, factor affecting employee loyal. One is ability at work, age employee, sorry, age of employee, incentive, and job characteristics. This is all the list of the factor affect the employee loyalty lah. Okay, so way to boost confidence. Uh, Employee lawyer program vital for the long-term success. Okay, so it is because lawyer employee tend to prioritize their company success. So if your company work culture is healthy, then try to maintain. But if not, you have to follow these several things. One, boost confidence in management. Every employee, whether senior or wish to correlate with organizations to boom. So your employee should feel positive energy flow in the environment. So I have one previous several week. I joined for the pitching. So during pitching session, they have introduction by the PLT company. PLT company is a Korea company lah. Okay, so what they are doing, so they promote positive energy for the employee. So for those who the weight over 80 kilos, so they must proceed with the scheme. They call as a lose your weight scheme. So that is a good one. When if your for female 60, if you know mistaken, 60 or 70, for male 80. And so all their staff, all their employee uh, uh, have a good what I call have energetic, because why? Because they impose the encourage, not just encourage, it's a compulsory basically, in order to lose weight of their employee. So after if they reach 80 kilos, so they have to join the like program in order to lose their weight. So that is a maybe this one strategy lah, to make sure to boost confidence in management lah. Okay, have an interactive work culture. Okay, so this also can help for the organizations. Basically, for this one, you uh, interactive culture basically is if you can make what I call the employee can speak to the top management. So uh, and this part is basically if you as my experience lah, as my experience work at Japan company. So what they are doing, basically in the early morning, they have exercise, they do exercise, and so they do exercise, and they have like briefing about what the achievement that happened like yesterday, last month, and those things. And so that is a good uh, approach, good approach in order to make sure the employee is always being motivated. Okay, so the other ones are what Japanese company doing. All the top management, I mean manager or senior manager, so they need to be, go in front, go in front during before the beginning of the work. So, for example, the office start at 8 o'clock. So maybe 7:30. The top management will wait you at in front of the gates. So they will greeting you. Ohayo gozaimasu, ohayo gozaimasu. Macam tu. So that is a good culture lah, in order to motivate employee. They get greeting from the top management. So this is interactive work culture as well. Okay, measuring employee engagement. So this is also if they have engagement to balance employee engagement between top management and the lower level employee. So this is also can boost up the employee is always motivated in order to achieve the target. Employee training help enhance learning. Okay, so sometimes you need to schedule the learning process for the training. Maybe after 1 year, so they have a training for the 2-3 days in order to give the new fresh information to the employee. So structure system for dispute resolution. So this is maybe restructure. So maybe the department is not so good. So you restructure, put a new target, new team, new leaders. Or you have to split up if the what I call the department is too big. You split up to the small department, the other department. Or if a department is what I call too small, you can merge to become the larger organizations. Okay, maintain neutrality. So this one is of course to as an employer, you have to neutral to all. So you receive You receive the comment from the employee, and then you have to respond very quick. Okay, respect in two-way process. So you as employer, you as a top management, you have to respect to the lower level positions. So the same from the employee respect the top management. Questions, feedback over micromanagement. Okay, so this one micromanagement sometimes is not good. Okay, so because why? Because even like employer not trust to you, and so always you poke the person, the employee about bila nak hantar lagi, bila nak capai target, bila. Okay, so just let the what I call the employee to manage themselves in order to achieve the target lah. Then always micromanagement doing micromanagement. Okay, respect in two-way process. Okay, this one. Okay, so summary of the loyal to the company. Loyal employee hard to find this day. If you have a few, then try to retain them lah. But if not, then try to maintain the healthy work culture in the organization. So this is the good one lah. Okay, so loyalty of the employee is direct and indirect related. Success of the organization depend on the company size. If as a manager, you really wish to earn employee loyal, then try drafting it by bit by bit. So this is the last slide for today. Okay, so okay, thank you for your. Okay, before I leave, any questions?
Attendant ambil ke doktor?
Okay, attendant nanti okay, dekat sini saya ada ambil yang apa tu, nanti saya boleh collect lah, ada 28 orang ni. Cuma tinggal yang lain tu yang tak